All right, what's up, everybody? This is Legend from the RW Wrestling Podcast, and it's 4 o'clock, fucking 4:30 in the morning, and I have had a night, and I got tired of watching a infomercial about selling dildos to people, so I thought this would be a perfect time to do my RW Wrestling Podcast predictions of AEW Full Gear that we'll be reviewing on Sunday and will be up on Monday. And also I have Chris's predictions that'll go up as well. This is an interesting card because it's really, really, really good. And I have a hard time believing that it will not be good. All Out was a disappointment of an AEW show, coming from the biggest AEW mark in this entire group. But on the buy-in, we have NWA champion Serena Deeb against new former Impact champion Allison Kay. And this should be a very, very, very solid match for the show / the pre-show for the buy-in. This should be really, really good, but obviously I think Serena Deeb's going to win. She is an AEW wrestler that happens to be the NWA champion, and Allison Kay, the newly crowned NWA champion. And Allison Kay is getting her first shot in an AEW ring. It should be a fantastic match, but Serena Deeb will win. Technically speaking, this match might be better than the AEW Women's Championship match on the actual card. I would not be surprised if it was, because the AEW Women's division is severely lacking. But it should be really good. But I'm going with Serena Deeb. Moving to the main card, John Silver and Orange Cassidy. Surprisingly, should be hilarious. I don't understand how John Silver got so funny from the pre-show. Not from the pre-show, but from BTE. But when he brought it to Dynamite, he's really good. He's the highlight of the Dark Order. Outside of Brody Lee himself, who's not on the card, so that should be interesting. I don't think John Silver's going to win. It's going to be Orange Cassidy, or it'd be hard to go from beating Chris Jericho at All Out in whatever, the Mimosa Mayhem match. It'd be hard for him to lose to John Silver on the following pay-per-view, especially if they open the show with this, which it sounds like they're going to. But it's nice to see that it got bumped from the pre-show or buy-in to the main show. But I'm going with Orange Cassidy here. He's too hot. Obviously, he's the underdog, or not the underdog, but the babyface that needs to get their comeuppance or needs to give the comeuppance to John Silver and get his position back, because he's been getting over and over in each of the TNT title matches he's had, between the one with Brody and the two with Cody. John's been a nuisance in his heel. He's obviously the babyface that needs to overcome this, and he should win. Moving on to, I don't know what other order they're going to go in, but I'm going to go with the Matt Hardy-Sammy Guevara match. The Elite Deletion should be a very interesting match. Obviously, it's happened at the Hardy compound, so we've seen how these matches play out, whether it was with Bray Wyatt in the WWE or Jeff Hardy in TNA, or the whole tag team extravaganza thing that took up an entire episode in TNA. This is going to be a spectacle. You kind of know what you're going to get when it comes to well, not really, because every time they do one of these things, it's a little different, and something happens that you don't expect. But I'm going to go with Matt Hardy here, not because I don't think Sammy deserves it, but the way I understand it is Matt Hardy's going to win, say something about involving something about like the Lake of Reincarnation or something, and Sammy's going to come out of this a babyface, which will lead to the end of his run in the Inner Circle, which they're kind of already running with an angle later, which I'll talk about that match next. But I think it makes more sense that Matt Hardy gets the overall win of the feud, considering they're ignoring the finish of All Out, because when the promo started, when the promo started about who attacked Matt a few weeks back, and Sammy Guevara was like, "It was me, of course it was. I left you laying it all out." So they're ignoring the ending of that. So it makes sense that Matt Hardy would try to get his revenge and this would happen and Sammy will be quote unquote deleted and Matt will get what he wants and Sammy will probably become a babyface. That's what I think will happen. But Sammy as a heel is also really good, so I would not be surprised if he did win, but it makes more sense for it to be the other way around. Speaking of that, we're going to move into the MJF Chris Jericho segment. Or match, not segment. This should be really good. I don't see how it wouldn't be. I expect MJF to win this match, even though the stipulation, like, some of these matches are, I wouldn't say obvious because Jericho could easily win, but like the idea of moving this story forward would be MJF wins, gets in the inner circle, and destroys it from the inside. That's what I think is going to happen, which will eventually, or destroys it or kicks Jericho out from the inside. So one of those two things will happen. He'll join and he'll destroy it from the inside, which would make no sense because he's a heel, or he'll take it over from the inside and kick Jericho out, and Jericho becomes a babyface, which would be interesting because we haven't seen it in AEW yet. He's been a great heel, but I'd like to see Jericho try to be a babyface in AEW, not WWE. Stupid idiot. But it'd be nice to see it. I don't know where they're going with it, but I think that would make sense, the most sense. Then we move on to, I'm going to go with the Women's Championship match. Sheeta and Nyla Rose, we've seen it, having a double or nothing. It was good. I really liked it, double or nothing. There's no DQ mark on that. To have the rematch, it's hard to say. I want to believe they wouldn't give it back to Nyla because they did the same thing with Cody. He lost the belt and won it back. I really want Sheeta to win. My gut feeling says that Nyla's going to end up winning the title back because of the way they've been pushing it with her having or needing Vicky Guerrero to be a part of this, and you don't win championships without a manager in AEW. So like boom, 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 I got Vicky, and it seems like it's set up for her to win. But like I said, it's my gut feeling. But I'm gonna say Sheeta. I don't know how. I don't particularly like it. This is one of the harder matches for me second hardest match for me to predict. But I'm going to go with Sheeta. I'm going to go with Sheeta. That's going to happen. Speaking of matches we've seen before and would only make the most sense for the other person to go over, we got the TNT Championship match, Cody and Darby. This should be a banger of a match. It will be fantastic because the other three were, but there's no point in booking this match 4 times. Well, 3 times on Dynamite, or 1 time on Fyter Fest, went to a draw, 2 times on Dynamite, 1 was the special edition. But to book this match 3 times on TV, that was free TV, and then put it on pay-per-view for Darby not to get his win. This is the perfect moment to elevate Darby to that next level and give him his win. I'm not going to talk about it much, because like I said, it's the 4th match. It makes just the utmost sense, and nothing about him losing this match makes any sense. So I'm going straight up, Darby Allin wins the TNT Championship. Cody takes the pin, and Darby's the new TNT champion. That's all I'm going to say on that match. And we're going to move on forward. Young Bucks and FTR. Holy shit. It seems all signs point to the Bucks winning this match. I don't want FTR's title reign to be over. I love FTR. And this match will be a banger. It'll be somewhere between the ridiculousness of Revolution and how good that tag team match of Hangman and Kenny versus the Young Bucks was, which is my favorite tag team match I've seen in a long time. Maybe top Survivor Series 02, which we'll talk about later with that triple threat tag. That I think is probably my favorite tag team match of all time. So this might actually have topped it at Revolution. And the match from All Out with FTR and Hangman and Kenny. Somewhere between those two matches. FTR versus Hangman and Kenny is good. It's a slower pace, methodical pace match, but also really, really, really long. And I think it'll be a little bit faster paced than that. And this is that once in a generation match they've been talking about for years all over Twitter. So it should I don't think they can disappoint, considering how much both teams have hyped up this match. It would literally be disappointing if this match isn't at least serviceable. Like, if somehow they fuck it up, I'd be surprised. But the Young Bucks going with Cody's stipulation from last year's Full Gear with, if we don't win, we won't challenge for the titles again. I'm like, I hate that. And considering this is their fourth title opportunity, because they faced third title opportunity, because they had the tag team title shot with SCU when they were champs. They had a tag team title shot with Kenny and Hangman when they were champs, and now they got this one. I don't think they're going to lose 3 out of 3. I would hope FTR wins, because that would just push and push and push and push on top of that. And they got Matt's injury angle, so maybe that'll play into it, and maybe FTR will win. And also, they haven't made me like the Bucks going into this, so I don't know why I would want the Bucks to win, because they're arrogant heels, and FTR's arrogant cheating heels. So, like, they didn't really do anything to make me feel sympathy for the Bucks, so like I said, I'm going to go with the Bucks. My least favorite prediction, I'm going to go with the Bucks. Chris will love that I went with the Bucks. Officially, but unofficially, I want FTR to win. And we got the AEW World Championship Eliminator Tournament finale. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page. This is the hardest match to call, because I could see Hangman winning because Kenny's arrogance and his overall demeanor of, I'm clearly better than everybody, that he's been playing off. It's basically his cleaner persona, and you can see it in his entrance, which is ridiculous in itself. But he's got his cleaner persona, the closest thing we've seen to it, at least. He's arrogant, is all I'm saying. Like, he has cleaner persona, or at least, like I said, as close as they got there. He's either going to go full-on cleaner and win this match, and that's going to be it. He's full-on heel, full-on cleaner. Just fuck Hangman, and he's going to win. Or Hangman's going to take advantage of Kenny's arrogance and win. I can see it going both ways. And it all comes out to what comes out of the main event. And I'm going with Kenny Omega. This is my hardest pick, because I love both guys, and Hangman needs to get back in the title scene. But I think a face Hangman down the road chasing a heel Kenny champion after he takes the belt off of Mox would be the best route to go. Like, Hangman, dejected from losing this match, betters himself somehow, gets clean of his alcoholism or whatever drinking problem. I won't say alcoholism, but that's basically what they're going with, and that's from the promo packages and all that. I'm going with Kenny here, and say 6 months from now, not Revolution, because it's probably around the time Kenny will win the title, but say Double or Nothing. Hangman will get his rematch, face Kenny again, and Kenny loses. I don't think Kenny will have if Kenny does do everything I think he's going to do and win the title, I don't think he'll have a long reign like Mox has had, or even Jericho had. But, am I missing anything? I went through the NWA Championship match, the Women's Championship match, MJF and Jericho, the Tag Team match, TNT title match, Orange Cassidy and John Silver. Oh, shit. I don't know. I feel like I got most everything except for the main event. I might have to look into this. I might have to add something to this at the end, but I'm going to jump right into the main event here. Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, an I Quit match for the AEW World Championship match. Holy shit, that would be bad. Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston for the AEW Women's Championship. Man, the women's division has changed. But no, for the AEW World Championship, an I Quit match. I actually thought out of all the matches on this card, this is the match I was least excited for. Until I saw their promo on Dynamite. That promo, the fire, the intensity between both without beating the shit out of each other because of the stipulation that if they did, the match would be off. This promo was awesome. And I could totally see a situation where Eddie Kingston could be world champion in AEW. The guy kills it on the mic. He believes, pretty much bleeds that this shit is real. And it's phenomenal. On the mic, I don't think he's a great in-ring worker. That's why this match works. Like, I Quit style and what happened at Full Gear last year of Kenny and Mox, I expect them to tear the fucking house down. This should be fantastic. But, like I said, I pretty much gave it away when I said that Kenny's going to win. Mox wins this match. I don't know where, how, or in what fashion he gets Eddie to say I quit. But he's going to win. But I also don't see where, how, and in what fashion Eddie could get Mox to quit. So I'm going to say Mox gets Eddie to quit. Don't know how. Don't know where. But I expect it to happen. So Mox wins defends his AEW championship. And I don't know what match it's going to be. But on Dynamite, Team Taz said they were going to get involved somewhere. I think Dark Order's going to get involved somewhere. There's going to be this whole thing that's going to happen. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be a show. I don't particularly like the idea of announcing there's going to be a presence because Team Taz is going to get involved in something. I don't know what. If they interfere in a match, I don't particularly like that. But overall, this card is stacked. From the pre-show NWA Women's Championship match to Kenny and Hangman to the World Championship match to the Tag Team Championship match to MJF and Chris Jericho to the Cinematic Elite Deletion match, which, like I said, if you like the Hardy Compound matches from previous companies, this should be good. If you don't, it's going to be more of the same and you're not going to like it. But this show has everything to be great. And with that said, it's now 4:45 or 4:50 in the morning, and I'm going to go back to that infomercial about selling dildos, I guess, because I'm not in charge of the TV right now. Thanks for watching, and enjoy Full Gear, because that's what we'll be doing on Sunday, not Saturday. The podcast will be up on Monday, and I'm out. Peace. Thanks for watching. Bye.